You started?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the third episode in my spoiler discussion series for Doctor Who Series 9.
Featuring
I'm here.
me.
I'm
Yay.
here with Michael,
Hello.
and the special thing about this one is we actually watched it together. He was over my house. He's back at his house right now, and it's 20 past 10 right now.
So about an hour after we finished it.
Yeah, just over that. And we have kind of discussed our thoughts on it a bit more, but
Yeah.
we're here to discuss it a bit more in depth in this video. So this is fully spoiler. So if you haven't watched the episode, I suggest you watch it.
It's
on
really
the
good.
iPlayer. It's free. Go and watch it, then come back and watch this video. So anyway, what do you think about the end anyway? With the Doctor becoming one of the ghosts.
I remember reading the previews for this, and Toby Whitehouse, the writer,
Yeah.
has said that it's gonna get timey-wimey. Jumping back in time, events
oh yeah,
happening.
it's gonna get complicated. It's gonna be one of those storylines.
Kind of like a Blink sort of like thing where it all gets confusing not confusing timey-wimey, but clever timey-wimey, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. But the thing is, I hate that it's a two-parter.
Really?
Yeah, because I just don't really like two-parters in a big way. Because I wish it would be just a big giant episode, all one. Because I can't wait for next week for the answer to all of this.
Like the Day of the Doctor, like a big 1.5 hour long episode instead of 2 45-minute parts.
Yeah, that's what I would like.
Actually, my dad does feel the same. He's not a fan of having to. He prefers like nice self-contained stories. But
I think everyone does.
I think some two-parters are kind of overdue because before Dark Water and Death in Heaven, the Series 8 finale, there hadn't been a two-parter since The Rebel Flesh and The Almost People in 2011. You know, so...
You're not wrong. You're not wrong there.
So we have been kind of starved of them. There were no two-parters in Series 7
and this series is basically comprised of two-parters. There are only 2 episodes that are not two-parters. The Girl Who Died, Woman Who Lived are definitely two-parters.
I don't think they are. I think they're both by completely different writers. I think they're 2 different adventures that have a same overarching plot connecting them.
Yeah, just 2 individual type stories, but it has the same overarching theme, like a kind of mini series of it. Yeah,
because we know there are like 4 definite two-parters. There's Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar, Under the Lake and Before the Flood.
Yeah.
Invasion of the Zygons and Inversion of the Zygons.
And then the last one.
Heaven Sent. And there's a season finale, Heaven Sent and Hellbent.
Oh, yeah. So what do you think about the idea of just ghosts? Yeah. Not actually just, there's no scientific reason, they're just ghosts. So it opens up a lot of possibilities for the Doctor Who universe, because you've actually got ghosts. Could anyone become a ghost? Is it just certain people? Are they killed because of some particular thing that they have?
So it is worth thinking. What if you could go back and go forward in time and meet your own ghost?
Yeah.
It's that kind of possible. But I think the thing is, what I like is the ghosts themselves. It's there's no Scooby-Doo style explanation. They're not holograms or clones or flesh shells. They're just ghosts.
And what if it turns out that there's a scientific explanation for it?
There is a scientific explanation, but a more definite one. Not like it's a hologram or something.
Yeah, it's actually a ghost, but there's a scientific reason for why they're a ghost. Exactly. And I feel like that's going to be kind of explained in Before the Flood.
Which takes place before the events of Under the Lake.
Yeah, so how do you think the Doctor will happen? How he will become a ghost?
I don't know. He mentions in the next time that he's going to have to die to solve all this. Become a ghost. But what if he finds a way to avoid dying, but still becoming a ghost? And by doing so.
No, wait. What if when you die, you become a ghost, but you still keep your consciousness? So that's how he's going to figure this out.
Yeah. What I'm thinking, he finds a way to become a ghost without dying, then uses the fact he is a ghost to work out what's going on, solve everything, and save the guys back in the drum. Or at least that's my theory.
Yeah, that's a good theory.
But it's just worth remembering, my Pan's Labyrinth theory for the Magician's Apprentice was completely wrong. So take what I say with a very, very large pinch of salt.
Take every theory like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, just be prepared that it's not going to be right. If it's right, I don't really know what to talk about on this.
Yeah, I think we should consider the design. You know, the actual design of the drum is brilliantly done, in my opinion.
By the way, I feel like that same design, the big kind of corridors which are kind of circular-like, I feel like it's been copied over and over again, don't you?
Endless corridors.
Yeah, all looking the same with the kind of circle-like shape.
Well, actually, if you actually look at the you know, the schematic, like the big map schematic of the base in the control room.
Yeah.
It is actually like a lot of the corridors are circular, curving ones. But it's very practical, like kind of like tubing almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, tubing.
But what does work is the suggestion, because there are hardly any bits of the episode that actually include water. We've got stuff like there's moss and stuff growing everywhere, and
you've got the guy being killed by water.
Yeah, but you've also got like the ceiling panels. You know how they have that flickering blue light coming down from them?
Yeah.
Like implying they're underwater, but not actually outright, you know, because it hardly includes any water, the actual episode. It's all suggestion. And I think it's really clever.
Yeah, so predictions for the next episode. I think we're going to start a thing where we do predictions for what you think is going to happen in the next episode if we're going to do two-parters things.
Because we can't think of anything more to say about this one.
Yeah, because this one, it's not really as deep as episodes such as like The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar. They were kind of a lot deeper in the story and subtext. But this one was really just a fun kind of...
Based on the siege. It's also quite dark though. The death of Richard. And that, you know that bit when they see like his body floating through the water?
That was actually really creepy. That creeped me out.
Like
yeah,
the death of Richard.
Him. I feel like he was the creepiest out of all the ghosts. You can actually see the back of his sockets.
And like the veins on his face and stuff. He was so good. Really creepy. Great CGI though. Great CGI.
I love the designs. Although you see a lot of the water is CGI.
No, actually, there is a thing with the, you know the CGI shots of the base from the exterior?
Yeah?
And the underwater and the way it mingles with it almost?
Hmm?
I think they're really well done. That design style thing.
Okay.
You know, it just looks great.
Okay.
Though also, I do think this one is quite like a haunted house horror story, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because think about it, the drum is the haunted house, and like it's like one of those mummies tomb stories. This alien spaceship is the sarcophagus, and when it's open, the curse escapes and starts killing people.
Yeah. And the writing.
Oh, the writing's great. The characterization is really good in that episode.
I kind of figured out that it was the writing that did it.
Yeah, Toby Whitehouse is a great writer.
Yeah, and if you have a keen eye, you can actually spot it before. It's kind of a treat for being smart about it.
Yeah. What does work though is stuff like the characters aren't one-dimensional international stereotypes. You can genuinely empathize with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can, especially characters like what's his name, the nerd kind of guy, scientist.
Yeah, the one who doesn't, the one that's not a translator.
Yeah, the one that almost doesn't get killed by the ghost.
That almost doesn't get killed. No, that's the translator guy.
Yeah,
the guy with the glasses is the one that doesn't translate.
Yeah, that guy. But you know, you can genuinely empathize with them and the way they're trapped in this sort of very creepy paranormal kind of situation.
Yeah, it's very human-like. Recently, I feel like there's an overarching theme throughout the story, whether the Doctor will die or not. Because in The Magician's Apprentice, apparently he was going to die. This one, apparently he is going to die. It seems to be going that overarching theme that the Doctor can die, but he avoids it enough. But eventually, he'll have to succumb to it. I feel like it's the overarching theme of this entire series: the death of the Doctor.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. You see, at the end of the day, yes, the Doctor can regenerate, but Time Lords aren't immortal. They do die eventually.
Yeah, and the Time Lords actually gave him this last generation, so this could actually be.
The Time Lords gave him a whole new regeneration cycle.
No, they didn't give him a whole new generation.
Yes, they did. They gave him a whole new regeneration cycle. 12 more regenerations. Though possibly less.
The 14th incarnation.
Though actually, it may be possibly less because the events of the Witch's Familiar probably drained a good bit of his regeneration energy.
Yeah, I'd say maybe about 10 regenerations probably.
And yeah, like a real chunk of it to reinvigorate the Daleks and Davros. But also, another thing you notice, Clara does seem to be getting more reckless as the series is going on.
Yeah, she seems to be becoming more like the Doctor when he is reckless.
And you know, and the Doctor clearly isn't liking it. He isn't liking the way she's putting herself in danger. And as we know,
you know my theory for the end of this, since General Lee's Coleman, she's retiring. She's retiring after this series. I feel like she will die, and the Doctor will feel guilty because she's being so reckless, like him.
And he couldn't. Yeah, her traveling with.
Either the Doctor's going to regenerate or Clara dies because it's heaven sent and hell bent.
Yeah.
It's relating to death.
Well, actually, that's kind of like Dark Water and Death in Heaven, the whole death thing. You know, we all die eventually.
Yeah, a big character death. Danny died.
God, that was so sad. I mean, like, I really liked Danny Pink. Samuel Anderson did him brilliantly. I was like...
Yeah. Wait, did you say Daniel Anderson?
Samuel Anderson.
Samuel Anderson.
Yeah, the guy played... He just does it so well. And I felt genuinely sad. Like, really sad when Danny Pink died.
And it seems the death theme is coming on into this. It seems more... The Doctor seems more grounded in the death type situation of it. Because this episode, you've got ghosts.
And you've got... says, actually, death is the one thing that unites every species. But this lot seem to have found a way to overcome it.
So, do you want to give it the rating?
Yeah, I think it's time for the rating.
So, what are you going to give it?
Well, we talked about this before, and I personally think it deserves a 9 out of 10 because of the brilliant writing, the characterization, the design, the effects, everything just works really well.
Yeah, and
the actors.
I'm also going to give it a 9 out of 10. Since I like how you feel like the characters are unknown. The thing about Daleks and Sontarans and Sidemen and Weeping Angels, we already know them a lot.
Seen it.
And it doesn't really add any tension because we don't know what they are and we don't know what they can do, and there's a constant threat about that.
You actually got a point there. What makes these ghosts so creepy is that they're the unknown. We don't know how they've managed to cheat death. We don't know how they're doing all of this. And because of their unknown quality, it makes them a lot creepier.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this spoiler discussion.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for next week where we do a spoiler discussion of Before the Flood. I shall see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.